What's up, everybody? This is Jarrett from Bowling for Soup.
Hey, this is Samuel. How are you guys doing?
Hi, this is Frank Turner.
And I am Mega Ran.
And you are lucky enough to be listening to Upside Down Shark Radio.
Yeah, be upside down. Don't worry about it.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the next greatest best episode 74 of Upside Down Shark Radio. I am one of your handsome boys, Craig Bourne, joined by the other handsome boy, Tom Baker.
Hey, how's it going, everyone?
We're live. We are live
on YouTube and other places. Not really, just YouTube.
Just YouTube. And I made the same mistake as last week.
Hey! So you know what the track of the week's going to be?
No. This time it queued up the bit after track of the week. So it's been going great so far.
I can't hear this. So it's all going swimmingly in my head.
It's all in my head. It's going swimmingly over and over again. How are we, Tom?
We're very tired, aren't we? We're very, very tired.
Just been ill over the last week.
Have you? Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. I'm sorry to hear that.
My throat, I would prefer.
You sound sexy.
I think it's just a natural, gruff I've got in my voice.
Ugh.
I would prefer it if I just got ill in one day, just like bam, there you go,
Yeah.
you're ill. But for some reason, it's like you're waking up with a sore throat.
Grab a brush, a little makeup.
You're fine, and then as the evening goes on, you got a sore throat again.
Yeah.
But
It's like you want to rip off a plaster fast rather than, drag it across your hairy arms.
a faster plaster.
A faster plaster.
I am the master of the plaster. Oh my God, you will not hear me talk by the end of this.
Oh no, I may have to carry the load of this one.
We are live for the second time.
Yep.
What could go wrong?
At least one thing already.
Okay. Thank you for joining us. If you're
Yeah,
joining us, if it's through the live stream that we are creating,
Yep.
the audio podcast, or the VOD, which stands for
Video on Dick.
okay, on your dickless Xbox, as we are one to call it around here. As I said before, I am Craig, he is Tom, and we are here to discuss some pop culture news.
Yes, that's basically the whole MO of Upside Down Shark Radio, is it not?
We've done it for 70-something episodes, maybe a few
74,
more.
you said that earlier?
And, well, we haven't finished 74 yet.
I guess.
We haven't closed off 74.
I suppose.
If you want to join us in the chat, then feel free to do so.
I have it open here for any comments or questions.
Or commas.
Or commas. If
Yeah.
you just want to leave me some comments, I will grade your punctuation.
But, Tom, what are we?
We are the Alternative Pop Culture Podcast right here at youtube.com/Upside Down Shark and wherever audio podcasts can be found. Make sure to leave a like, comment, and review. And if you like what we do here, please consider subscribing to the channel. It really helps the exposure of the show. And check out UpsideDownShark.com for all manner of great articles, comic books, and a plethora of other entertainment features written by the boys here at Upside Down Shark. It's a great place. It's a great place to go. If you've got, 5 minutes to kill in the office or on your commute, just have a little giggle and maybe learn something you didn't know before.
Yeah. We try to entertain and inform, I would say.
I mean, you're getting your money's... I know it's free, but you're getting your money's worth just by looking at the shirts that I wear every week. They're all pretty great.
That's quite nice. Where'd you get that one from?
I think if I divulge my secret fashion sources, you might try and copy me.
That's Primark, isn't it?
Next one up.
I don't. ASOS there.
Probably one down.
Okay, I don't know.
TK Maxx.
Okay. Oh God.
But worse, it's TK Maxx's own brand.
Oh, well, there you go. If I turn up next week in that shirt, you all know why. So it's been a busy week this week in terms of news.
Yes.
We're not going to talk about any elections or anything like that going on because, boy howdy, once again. Real life, eh? Who likes that?
Not I, says the man who lives in fantasy worlds.
So let's dive in, shall we?
Yeah, what's the first story on the docket, my good man?
As mentioned by the title of this here episode, Sonic is taking a hiatus.
Rolling around at the speed of cancelled deadlines.
I should have, if I knew what we were going to be doing, I would have clicked.
That's like a trigger.
Of course.
That should always be on your mixing board. It's just a button to play the Sonic Adventures 2 City Escape level soundtrack.
That was it. You really had to remember that, didn't you?
Yeah, there's a lot of words to remember when you're this tired.
Just like instead of my app I got on my phone, which is a foghorn. I
Yeah.
just need one which is rolling
around at the speed of sound. Yeah.
Sonic the Hedgehog has been delayed by 3 months. This came away by, at first they said the outcry was enough. They want the fans to be happy.
We heard you loud and clear.
We're going back to the drawing board and making him the Sonic that you like. Yeah. And then everyone was like, this is now an era where crunch and people staying at their desk for hours and hours on ends is something that is more scrutinized now, correct?
Yeah, you don't want your staff to be working 100-hour weeks at the detriment of family life and, you know, your
Just
own
life.
personal sanity
Yes.
for the sake of what is effectively a very cosmetic pleasure in life. There is nothing about video games that if they weren't there, society would crumble. So
I mean,
they are a luxury. They are a very luxury item is probably what I'm saying. So for people to be literally killing themselves making them, it's just not worth it, is it? It's just not worth it.
so I think it said hashtag no VFX artists were harmed in the making of this film, which shows that they have pushed it back so that there will be as little crunch as possible on this film, which is a good thing.
Yeah, that should be the bare minimum, really, because, I mean, I have to admit, I feel like the whole redesign of Sonic it sets a dangerous precedent, because obviously now anyone could go back and be like, oh, I didn't like that, fix it, and then they'll redo it. And I think people have tried to take that mentality with the last season of Game of Thrones.
And so it happened before that as well. Remember the Spider-Man game?
Which one?
The Spider-Man PS4 Marvel
the newest
Spider-Man.
one, yeah.
They were releasing Spider-Man suits, and with each new one, people were just like, "Oh, why don't you release the Tobey Maguire spider suit? Why don't you release the Tobey Maguire spider suit?" And
Lo and behold,
they eventually did, but they probably had plans to do it anyway.
yeah.
But now it looked like this vocal minority had won because of it, which wasn't fair.
Yeah.
So it's just people have artistic visions and stuff like that, and I think it just let them go with it, you know.
Well, that's it. Like, as much as whether or not people like it, art is always at its core subjective. It's never fully objective. So to say that something is either wrong or whatever, that's just saying it's not to your tastes. And then to force someone to change it, regardless of the size of the outcry, it just means that it sets the example that anyone can do this any time. And I don't know, it just feels... I'm one of the people that thought, it is a terrible looking Sonic. Like, let's not be around the bush. But it's not going to fix the movie. The fact it's a bad movie makes it a bad movie.
We don't know that yet. I mean, it's hard. With the trailer didn't give it a very good showing. But the problem, I think, the thing that I pondered the most as Tom throws his phone across the floor, is people can, if I go online and just see it and go, oh, this looks bad, that's a comment that's left in the ether. How many people are going to watch it after they change the Sonic, you know? Because of this vocal outcry, is it really going to get more butts in seats?
I think it will now, because it's made a lot more headlines and it's been a lot more in the zeitgeist, whereas before it would have been like, oh, that looks bad, forget about it until it comes out, and then it'll probably go the way of like the Emoji Movie or something. But now people are going to be like, well, I want to see what Sonic looks like now. I want to see if they really did fix this movie. So,
and then there are the people that was like, they made him bad on purpose. They did this all as a ploy so they would touch you.
No,
great,
of course not.
But you know, I'm as I said before, I'm going to see this day one.
Are you actually?
Because I have some weird affinity to Sonic the Hedgehog, and I know a lot of the games haven't been good, but I still enjoy them. So I'm going to enjoy Sonic the Hedgehog.
I mean, if you can enjoy it, it's the same way that you can enjoy any bad movie, is that if you just take it for what it is and a lot of cheese, and there's probably going to be a lot about this movie that will be enjoyable. Probably most evident out of all of it is Jim Carrey as Dr. Robotnik, because he looks great.
Getting back into that weird,
kooky,
funny role, yeah.
Zany role. Yeah, he's great. He's always great. So, when he's playing that kind of character, he's normally great.
Speaking of things based off of nostalgia, Terminator Dark Fate trailer dropped.
Yeah.
What do you think of it?
I'm torn. So this is the one
Natalie
that...
Imbruglia.
I can't remember the line I'm trying to think of. Nothing's
So-
right, I'm torn. There we go.
There we go.
I remember the
You're a lot of
early
things.
2000s.
This is what I'm feeling.
Just don't
Continue.
get naked on the floor. So Dark Fate, that's it. Yeah, trailer dropped, and I've seen so many divisive opinions of this online because obviously James Cameron has got the rights back to the Terminator franchise and is producing this. He's got, is it Tim Miller from Deadpool to direct?
Sounds of sorts.
I believe that is correct, and I'm going to go with it. And obviously Linda Hamilton's coming back to reprise her role as Sarah Connor. So there's a lot going for it. And they're also completely retconning everything past T2, which is a very, very wise decision. This trailer didn't make me overly confident in this one, I'm afraid. The fight scenes looked overly choreographed and a bit crap. The CGI looked not much better than Terminator Salvation.
Did you like Genesis?
I never saw Genesis.
Okay.
I tell you what, I am quite an apologist for Terminator Salvation. I think that's an underrated film. I don't think it's too bad. But Terminator 3 is not very good. Genesis, I heard, was hot garbage. And I just don't know. There was so little given away about the actual plot. But it just feels like that little spark of magic is gone from the franchise. I feel like Terminator 2 was such a good ending that all of this past it feels a bit unnecessary. And I don't think it's even a sign of the times because John Wick 3 has proved that you can still make a really, really good
Man,
over-the-top action film.
that's a good film.
I still haven't seen it, but I know that a lot of people are saying that it's arguably the best action film of the decade.
There is one fight scene with Halle Berry, Keanu Reeves, and 2 dogs, and it is just 5 minutes of pure action, and you're just like, yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
and you keep going, and you want more, and it's good.
Would you say the best John Wick film?
I like them all, and I'm excited for what the future brings, as they announced the John Wick 4 recently.
Have they? I know they're doing the TV show as well, aren't they?
Yes.
But yeah, so I saw the trailer for Dark Fate. Nothing about it was particularly wrong, but nothing got me excited, and I think that that's a shame because I love the Terminator franchise for like its heady heights. It's halcyon days of 1990, I believe, is when T2 came out.
I think it's just some things are best left one and done, or in that case, 2 and done. Yeah, like sometimes it's best not to try and recapturing it, but they will do, and every now and again it will bring a bit of joy. Like there's pros and cons. X-Men 1 and 2 really good. Number 3 trash, but eventually.
F you, Brett Ratner.
And then it gave way for Days of Future Past, which
is your favourite X-Men movie.
One of the best films ever made. Speaking of best things ever made,
go on.
PlayStation have set up a TV and film division.
Really interesting. Yep. I did not hear about this.
So in a world where you have Sonic films being made and The Witcher being a Netflix television show, they have decided in their infinite wisdom that we've got enough stuff here to make good TV and films about. And a few days afterwards, they said that they have a Twisted Metal television show in the works.
I am intrigued to see how that game translates to a TV show because there's no plot to the game, really, is there? It's just Demolition Derby.
So I was thinking like you could have, is it Sweet Tooth, as a sort of weird thriller-looking Candyman going around and murdering people. That could be one way to do it.
He's the guy in the clown mask that goes around in the ice cream van.
Yes.
Okay.
But I think, like, why not just people like Uncharted and stuff like that? Obviously, there's a film in development that has been for years now.
Hire Nathan Fillion for that one.
Yes.
Yeah.
That did you see that YouTube video?
Yeah, it's really good.
Yeah, it's really good. I think they feel like PlayStation brand in someone else's hands is something that would go bad, when really people do have a love and affinity to those characters that they could make good stuff. But I don't think like brands like Infamous or Ratchet and Clank or stuff like that. What's funny about Ratchet and Clank? Just that film was all right.
Yeah,
it's all right. I just don't think the brands they have, they're good brands, but I don't think that they lend themselves very well to TV or films.
No, I would agree. I feel like Microsoft have the better adaptability with their franchises. Like, obviously,
they had the Halo thing, didn't they?
Yeah, there was always been talk of making a Halo movie, even when Neil Blomkamp was going to take it, and even titles such as other Microsoft titles.
You don't know. You're just talking rubbish, isn't you?
Sea of Thieves could be a good one.
Yeah, that could be a good one.
Crackdown.
Yeah, Terry Crews.
That'd be funny.
Terry Crews show.
Yeah, you could do a few of them. Whereas I think the only big PlayStation franchise that springs to mind that I would really like to see a TV show of, because I feel like it could be explored more, is Horizon Zero Dawn.
I was going to say Last of Us.
Yeah, well, that's basically a movie anyway, because you don't really play that game.
But I feel like that could be a good television show, like The Walking Dead, except not crap.
Yeah, that went bad
Yep.
fast.
But yes, it's just interesting news that they're going to be making TV and films now of all the franchises that we know and love. Know or love.
And speaking of franchises that we love that have frittered in the world of video games to great success from time to time, Craig, have you ever heard of a little TV show, I don't know if it's really hit the mainstream yet, called The Simpsons?
The Simpsons.
Yeah.
Who's the main character?
Some guy called Homer Simpson.
That's a Greek name.
Yeah, I know.
That
It's
can't
weird,
be in
isn't
the
it?
mainstream.
Who calls their character Homer?
That's weird.
I know.
After the Greek guy.
The Greek man.
That Greek man.
The Grecian.
Next you're going to be saying like they have weird racial tones, like they're yellow or something.
I don't want to bring race into this, but yes, they are yellow.
Whoa! Slow down. There's no room for that on this show, right? Yes, The Simpsons are a well-regarded indie venture that we all know and love.
Yeah, they've been around for freaking ages,
Yeah.
and some of my favorite video games of all time have been Simpsons games.
Like Tapped Out.
I was thinking more hit and run, but you know
Okay.
what? You do you.
Okay.
That's why I was very excited to see the announcement today that at E3 this year on June 11th, The Simpsons will have their own panel.
Yeah.
That's all we know so far. But
So that's it.
I mean, E3 is a video game conference, is it not?
The Electronic Triple.
Yep.
Yep.
The big E3.
What a guy.
And why would The Simpsons be there in any capacity if not to tease a
So
game?
who's going to be at this panel?
Let's find out.
You don't even know.
They don't. I don't think they've
Not even
said.
good.
I don't think they've said. The only thing they've said in the tweet, and I'll read it word for word. More exciting hashtag E3 Coliseum news. Join the writers and producers of At
There
The
you go.
Simpsons for a panel on June 11th. More
Writers?
info to come. Hashtag E3 2019. E3expo.com.
I don't think you really needed to read out
That
those
tweet
last
was
two
sent
bits.
at 3:59 on the
Go
24th
on.
of May 2019.
And as we were talking about yellow people, Neale in the chat said, I voted for the Brexit Party. Which I can confirm, I did not. I voted for Green. But thank you for your input, Neale. It's very much appreciated.
I also voted Green, and that's about as political as we'll get on this show.
We're hippies.
Peace and love, man.
I mean, E3 is changing all the time, and it seems like
Yeah.
they're trying to get people in. So the Simpsons people being there is a good. Just I would go if they were there, just to find out what would happen.
Yeah.
Maybe it's getting a bit too, speculation-y if they release a new game, but we'll wait and see.
What? So we've had a Crazy Taxi clone.
Yep.
We've had a wrestling game. We've had a GTA skin, and we've had a skateboarding game, and I suppose a kind of platformer with the 2007 one.
Yep.
Would you say? So ignoring like all the mobile games and the old arcade games, is there any other type of game you would like to see from a Simpsons game?
A Simpsons Tapper.
Tapper?
Yeah, the tap games where you just tap it and then things happen on screen. Never heard of a tap game?
No.
God, literally you just tap and that's it. That's how it works.
Well, I tapped out.
No, that's because you move stuff in tapped out. A tapper game is like literally you load it up and you tap the screen, and then like it could be a giant enemy. You tap the screen and it gets.
That's it.
That's a tapper.
That
They're
sounds
called
really boring.
An idle game. That's probably what it'll be.
I really hope not. I would quite like to, and this is probably going to draw much ire, but there's enough characters in The Simpsons now for a tasty battle royale game.
100 Simpson characters drop onto an island.
Well, just around Springfield.
Yeah, that could work. That'd be good.
Yeah, I think that'd be pretty fun. You can have Hank Scorpio with his flamethrower, Luigi with a spatula.
Yeah.
Groundskeeper Willie with a rake.
I mean, you're just all the stereotypes. What's the sea captain with his wooden leg?
Sideshow Bob with a knife.
No, Sideshow Bob would have a rake, and you are mistaken if he's gonna have anything else. Yeah, that's a good shout. I can't really think of anything else. Like maybe like an open world exploration more than the GTA style that they had.
If they even did a remaster of Simpsons Hit and Run, I think they would be the best announcement in any E3 ever. What
about Simpsons dating game or a Simpsons
visual novel,
rhythm game,
anime visual novel?
There's
so much legs with doing the Simpsons in video games, and I feel they'd be silly not to branch out a bit more. My cynical, sensible self thinks it's going to be a mobile game again, though.
Dobbie in the chat says a Simpsons FPS, and he also believes that your battle royale idea is a bad idea.
Well, Dobbie, I think it's a good idea.
Okay, well there you go.
I misread Neil's comment. Neil put Simpsons Online, aka Family Guy Online. I thought that said Simpsons Online Scar, which I'm also down for.
I'm always down for Scar.
Pick it up.
I think I had an idea and it's now gone out my head.
What, for a Simpsons game?
Yeah. So let's move on to the next bit. Just little tidbits. Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic. That's a video game.
Yep.
They're now making a film based on that concept.
Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Because some of the stories in that game are some of the richest pieces of Star Wars lore going. And the fact that they're legend continuity now means that they are rife to take the best ideas and let a new writer make them into something brilliant.
Okay, there we go. And I wrote down, what is the world like without Game of Thrones?
A lot. The memes are great. I can tell you that much.
Yep.
My queen! I can't betray my queen.
Tom Snow. He's not Brummy.
I've got my vows.
The world's fine. As fine as it could be. In the same way they won't make a Grand Theft Auto at this moment in time because the world is so fun. They can't paradise it in any way. So
yeah, that'd be touchy. Touchy.
So with that, Tom, and whilst you're looking at your phone this whole episode,
hey man, I'm live in the chat.
Maybe you could get up Track of the Week.
Track of the Week? Sure. Would you like to listen to Track of the Week?
I would.
Have you got it ready on the old live stream?
So what you're going to do is you're going to talk about it whilst I get it ready.
Okay.
Sound good?
Sounds great. Track of the Week is Get Your Head Straight with Excuses, and this is the most me song I've ever featured as Track of the Week, so I'm going to really, really enjoy this. This is as pop-punky and as chuggy as most of the music I listen to, and I hope you really, really enjoy it. So we will share their social links after we've played this banging track, but without further ado, Craig, are you ready?
I am ready.
This is Get Your Head Straight with Excuses. Check.
this is Frank Turner, and you are lucky enough to be listening to Upside Down Shark Radio.
Hello again, Internet. We are back. What a track of the week that was.
It is very me, isn't it?
I can just imagine you now, Tom, in your even brighter shorts than the ones you're wearing right now, and just walking down the street, you know, headphones on, full blast, just whistling that tune.
Just eating pizza, wearing snapbacks,
Yeah,
drinking stale beer.
that sounds like you. And then saying, "Oh, I want Scar" for some reason, even though that's not Scar.
I love Scar.
You were gonna talk about where people can find that, even though that's not Scar.
I'll tell you where to find Scar as well if you want.
Okay, well, you said before the song. I will tell you where to find this after the song.
All the description in the description below.
All the comments.
All the comments, wherever. I actually got it right that time. And where you can find Scar is in your heart.
That's the best place for Scar.
It's where Scar belongs. But no, that was
Get your
excuses.
By get your head straight, which he apparently has not.
I'm very tired.
Oh,
The energy half of the show is done. We are now in the dark times. Craig, can you bring up chat, please?
you're in the end game now, Tony.
I love you 3000.
There we go. Tom just basic instinct the camera.
What do you mean?
So let's get into some video game news, shall we?
Haven't we just been doing that already?
No, that was... Okay, shut up. So we had Call of Duty Modern Warfare. Then we had Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2. Then we had Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3.
Thrice.
What do you reckon the next Call of Duty Modern Warfare will be called?
Modern Warfare 4
Is it Modern Warfare?
Electric
The
Boogaloo.
modern Wi-Fi. Connection issues. No, you are wrong. It's called Call of Duty Modern Warfare.
Why?
Because names.
Okay.
Like God of War was called God of War again.
So this is like a reboot then?
I don't know. Apparently number 3 wasn't very sequely to number 2. I think, as you see with the new Doom Eternal, you're one of your favourite games, Doom. The sequel's called Doom Eternal. I think people were trying to go away from numbers.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I mean, Final Fantasy 74 isn't really picking up much right now, is it?
Final Fantasy 74?
They will be there one day.
No, they
No.
won't.
It's the longest we've been without a numbered Final Fantasy.
Really? When did 15 come out?
Ages ago.
Well, it's only like 3 years ago, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Were they more frequent than that then?
Yeah.
Huh.
Ugh.
I'm old.
Yeah, you are, Grandad. So yeah,
That's sunny.
Call of Duty Modern Warfare. It's like the iPad, I suppose.
Yeah, they don't iterate with numbers on those anymore.
They
do
call the new ones just the new ones. So
Yeah.
when someone goes,
new iPad.
so when someone goes into a shop and like, "Can I have the new iPad, please?" And they're like, "Okay, here you go," and that's that.
Yep, you don't even have to think about
Can
it.
I have the new Modern Warfare, please? Yes. Okay, there you go.
Is this still being made by Infinity Ward?
I believe they took over. It was going to be a different game this year, but it didn't work out well. So
Right.
Infinity
Okay.
Ward.
Because it's they do Modern Warfare, Obsidian do the Black Ops, and is it Sledgehammer that do? They did Advanced Warfare,
I don't know.
and that wasn't very good because it had Kevin Spacey in it.
No,
I believe.
I think it was okay. I think the Kevin Spacey thing doesn't hold up well anymore.
Nope.
But the people that were making it was probably Sledgehammer, the people that made Ghosts, and that was not very well received.
No, that was like the first one that was on current gen consoles. wasn't
Both,
it?
yes. It was
Ah.
last gen and this gen, I do believe. So there you go, new Call of Duty. It's called Modern Warfare. Nothing really to talk about there.
Yeah, it's weird. Like, I mean, just to wrap up on that, Call of Duty gets massive slating to the point of almost memeing. But like most people, I remember Modern Warfare 2 very, very fondly. I played that a heck of a lot back in the day. So if there was a way that they could take it back, maybe simplify it back to what made that formula so good and so addictive back in the day, then I'm for it.
They did the remastered, didn't they?
Yeah, I never picked that one up, but it looked good.
So I think the thing with that was Modern Warfare was such a change to multiplayer. Like it meant difference, didn't it? It was the landmark moment of how
Yeah.
multiplayer games went from then on.
Exactly. It sort of combined the I suppose you'd say, realism of modern warfare, no pun intended, with the arcadey shooter, which basically, regardless of if you were an expert or just a pick-up-and player, you could still
Pick
play
up
and
and
enjoy it.
player.
You could still enjoy it and not have to worry about, being absolutely decimated by everyone.
Yeah.
Even I won a match or two of Modern Warfare.
But I feel like the trajectory for Call of Duty is going down. And you see
Yeah.
it with most Activision titles. It happened to Guitar Hero. They released 4 games in 1 year and wondered why that didn't.
Yeah,
And started to go downhill.
in that vein, I was actually thinking about this the other day. Do you remember Tap Tap Revenge, the
Yeah.
iPhone version of basically Guitar Hero?
Yeah.
I really enjoyed those. You can't even download them from sort of your old backups anymore.
I think they went out. They were released on jailbroken iPhones before you could get them on the App Store as well.
Really?
Yeah,
That's an
yeah.
interesting piece of iOS news.
But they changed it from 32-bit to 64-bit, and all those apps don't work now.
Ah, okay.
But I tell you of another handheld that is happening is the one called Playdate. Have you heard of this?
Is this the one with the crank?
It is indeed. You could have covered me whilst I coughed there, but it's fine.
Apparently, Neil says, Craig, you've got Up Gamer on your shirt. What's Up Gamer?
Hey.
I don't get it.
Okay.
Yeah, so we haven't got a picture of this up on screen, but this has been all over the video game news outlets for the past couple of days. Oh, is it? It is on camera. It's on camera.
There you go. I can't see the camera, blocked for the chat.
You'll just have to let us know in chat whether or not you could see that. But
Look at that colour balance.
it looks really nice. It looks really, really nice. But this is basically the next Game Boy in 2019.
Professional producer Craig Vaughan. It's weird. It's got an A/B button, directional pad, and a crank. I'm not sure, but they said it's not going to reignite the world like the Ouya did. It's not. You okay there? Which their
R.I.P. Ouya.
online services are shutting down next month, I believe. It's got a 2.7-inch black and white screen.
That's all you need.
The gimmick, as it were, was I think it's 14 games that will be delivered every week. So you start off with 3 games, and every week you get a new game, and then another game, and then another game.
So does this have Wi-Fi then?
I'd presume so, because otherwise, if it's not and it's time-based, people are going to hack it, aren't they?
Yeah.
So, and it's got different creators. So the one I'm most looking forward to is one of the creators behind Katamari Damacy are making a game for it. He's not a game creator, he's an artist, so he didn't really make many games after
Sounds so
this.
pretentious. I know you're not. It sounds so pretentious.
Well, if pretentious is coming from you, then it must be true.
Your hands are cold.
My palms are sweaty.
Knees weak.
Mum's spaghetti. So yes, it's weird because it has a crank. So I think there's going to be a fishing game of some sort because that's the easiest one to.
Yeah,
for
I've
that.
seen some of them demoed and they do look fun. Like, isn't this retailing for about $100? I think,
Yeah,
give or take. I think that might be a bit steep. I think 50 pounds.
50 pounds.
I'll give it a go because it is one of those like weird things. But I noticed that when I saw this being featured on IGN, it's going to have very limited release. It's going to have very limited numbers at launch.
Are you
So
going to get one?
maybe we could review one. Unboxing
Yeah.
live of the Playdate. UDS has a Playdate.
The UDS Playdate, which is a Playdate.
Yeah,
If
I'm on
you're-
board. Let's do it.
Yeah, fine.
Let us know in
let's go.
chat. Should we buy a Playdate? Yes or no?
We're going to.
Straw poll.
We're going to, aren't we, anyway?
You buy all the stupid stuff, so it's
How dare... I have not bought some stupid stuff in quite a while, I think you'll know. Can you tell me of something stupid I've bought recently?
No.
You can just see the Red Dwarf Blu-ray set on the floor, but I got that for quite a good price, so that's good.
I've never really watched Red Dwarf.
It's good. It's cold outside. There's no type of atmosphere. That's the theme song.
Okay.
Shall we get into some music news? Because we like music.
We do like music.
Recently, I've been trying to up what I listen to because I feel people get stagnated in their subscription services. So, like Netflix, I use that a lot for Always Sunny in Philadelphia. Apple Music I use and I listen to the same stuff over and over and over again. And I feel like I should explore a bit more, you know?
Yeah.
Get out there. So
Variety is the spice of life.
yeah, so Rammstein's new album, Biffy Clyro's new album, The Damned Things new album.
Oh, that's good. I've listened to that.
Yeah. So I feel like we should... music news is out there. We just need to search a little bit more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dig out the nugs.
Like Tom DeLonge discussing he would rejoin Blink-182.
That's the one you want to lead with, yeah?
How do you feel about this, Tom?
I mean, we've been here before, and
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
as much as the latest single that Blink have released wasn't very good, I really enjoyed California as an album. I much preferred it to Neighborhoods, the last one they released with Tom. I'm a massive...
For those that you aren't aware, Tom DeLonge is that guy that's, hi, where are you? That guy.
And I'm so sorry.
He's like, they're like similar to the Gallagher brothers. Everyone prefers one or the other, I feel.
Which one do you prefer then, I presume, is Mark?
The one that does Plus 44, like, such a good album, man.
I'll be there when your heart stops beating.
You sang that like Tom DeLonge.
It's the fanfic.
Okay.
Music fanfic.
I just didn't like Angels and Airwaves when compared to Plus 44, but that's...
Our friend Matt Dobbie has said, I've seen Blink 3 times, and the best was with Matt Skiba, who replaced Tom DeLonge. First of all, Dobbie, was this during the Wembley show? Sorry, the O2 show.
He's putting on his cap now, guys.
With
Well,
Frank Turner.
Excuse me.
With Frank Turner, because if it was, I was also there. And secondly, I would agree that he has brought fresh energy to Blink, who were stagnating. And I think it would be a shame if he was to be either removed or given a smaller part by Tom joining.
But I think that Alkaline Trio is one of those bands that is very underappreciated.
I love Alkaline Trio. I think, personally, I prefer them to Blink. I think that their back catalogue is more my cup of tea.
Well, I don't trust anything that Matt Dobbie in the chat says, because I said, who do you prefer, Plus 44, Blink-182, or Angel and Airwaves? And he said to me, Boxcar Racer. So I just can't trust anything that guy says.
It's a good album, and Dobbie has confirmed that it was the O2 show, supported by Frank and the Front Bottoms. I was there too. Very sad, mixed of feelings that day, because it was also the night that Chester Bennington died. So,
oh, great!
Yeah, it was very surreal being in that crowd that night.
Lonely Island stealth released a...
It's not really any way you could segue from
visual album on Netflix called The Unauthorized Bash Brothers Experience. Have you seen it?
No, have you? Stop reading chat.
I have seen it, and I like the songs, and the thing I didn't like was it's about Jose Canseco, who is a baseball player.
Baseball player, yeah.
We wouldn't you have a borderline understanding of Jose Canseco.
I have 2 points of references for
okay.
Jose Canseco. One is the softball episode of The Simpsons.
Okay.
Mattingly and Canseco, Ken Griffey's grotesquely swollen jaw. Steve Saxon is running with the law. We're talking Homer. Ozzy and the Straw. So yeah, so that, and also there is a fleeting mention in Arrested Development, but I could not tell you anything else about him. I have never seen him play. I do not know what teams he played for.
One of the people from Giant Bomb wrote a book about him and how he's a bit of an idiot because he once shot off part of his own finger or something. So he's a bit of a dummy from what I can tell.
Okay.
And this Unauthorized Bash Brothers Experience is, if you don't know about it, you probably... It's going to be a hard sell for this country, I feel like. But the songs are solid, is what I would say.
Okay.
So
worth it just for the songs.
If you enjoy Lonely Island. If you don't, I don't think there's anything there for you.
Well, I personally like sports, and I don't care who knows.
I don't get it.
From shooting hoops to even as far as the Super Bowl.
Is this a song? I really don't get it.
Do you actually not get it?
No.
It's a Lonely Island song called We Love Sports.
Okay. Okay,
it's
well...
from Incredibad. It's like their best album.
Okay, well, I just put them all on shuffle. And that's...
We like sports and we don't care who knows.
And I think Popstar is probably one of their best albums.
I still haven't seen that film either.
Oh, so good, Tom. So good. It's got Michael Bolton in it.
Jack Sparrow.
two quickies to wrap up.
Stop reading chat.
I'm not trying to read chat. I'm looking at our levels
Okay.
and the time.
Okay.
How long have we been going for?
Oh, we're fine.
Wow, we've been going. That's not really how long we've been going for.
We're all right.
You've been on your phone the whole episode, and then you moan at me for looking over there every now and again. UK Eurovision. It's a history in itself.
It's all bloody politics, innit?
For those of you who don't know, for some reason, the Europes come together and have a sing-off with a variety of song, dances, and pomp. Yeah, so far so good.
I do not care
Okay.
in the slightest about Eurovision, but go on.
No one does, but it's just funny to watch. We came last place this year, which is hilarious to me because it wasn't that bad of a song from what I know. But we scored the least amounts of points. And after this, they revised the scores. And it turned out we scored even less points.
Great.
So there it's like, not only are you last, you're really last now. You're super last. And I just thought that was funny to note how we were lasty last and not just last.
Well, we always seem to come last, and it's the only thing we're ever really going to give back to Europe is that we always come last. But I know that there was a big push by, I think it was led by Paddy Power, who are an Irish bookie, for anyone who doesn't know, to next year get England to win it, because if you don't know, the nation that wins then has to host the following Eurovision. So that would mean that if and when Brexit happens, and I pray to God that it doesn't, we would then have to host the rest of Europe. So that would be
That'd
pretty
be funny.
funny. That'd be pretty funny.
Oh, God. It's just in the last 5 times we've been bottom 3 4 times.
But I believe the last time we won, it was with Katrina and the Waves, I'm Walking on Sunshine, which is a bloody fantastic song.
If they didn't win that song, everyone would wonder what was up. The same with Lordi when they won, you know.
Hard rock. Hallelujah! Rip your ears.
Of course. And the last story, which just made me laugh,
Go on.
is from our favourite singer of UDS, James Blunt.
You're beautiful.
Oh, thank you, Tom.
He is the best Twitter troll lord.
Yes. He always just talks about it, like how his music's bad and why people don't listen to it and stuff like that. He is self-deprecating in that way.
Yeah, he's got a good sense of humour about himself, and as much as I don't like his music, I can respect him for that.
Yes. So Ed Sheeran tweeted, "Hey, I got my Urban Music Award from 2011. This leaded to James Blunt tweeting back to him, "My NME Award for Worst Album 2006 still hasn't arrived."
Fix it, enemy. He earns it.
What's
he
it-
earned him.
And this is a story from NME. So surely they're aware. Like, come on, guys.
Yeah. Sort it out.
Poor James Blunt.
That's pretty funny.
If I got a worst award for anything, I'd have it on my shelf.
Oh, I feel like after the past episode, we may be up there. But we'll see. Speaking of which, it's actually a good segue for just a little shout out I wanted to do at the end of the show. One of my favourite podcasts at the moment, This Paranormal Life, just took home the Best Entertainment Podcast at the British Podcast Awards. Thoroughly deserved. If you haven't listened to them already, definitely check out This Paranormal Life. Great guys.
We turned down ticket to go.
Yeah, we're too legit.
Yeah, we were going to go, but
Yeah, we're not welcome there
Yeah.
again.
Neale and Dobbie were washing their hair, so we didn't want to go.
Yeah,
over
I was
there.
also washing Dobbie's hair, so
There you go. And I was crying.
next time maybe. But yeah, great podcast. Check them out. Great guys.
Cool. That's nothing else from me.
I think that's it. I think that's been a good... Okay, Neil's just ended the show with the word feet, so that's good.
Great.
But that's it for episode 74 of Live Extraordinaire of Upside Down Shark Radio. Thank you very much for watching it in chat, or if you're on VOD, please consider subscribing, sharing, and all that great stuff that gives the show exposure. If you're listening in the audio realm, make sure to leave a comment, because that definitely helps the exposure, probably. If we get enough comments, eventually we'll be able to test it. But if nothing else, Hope you enjoyed it, and stick around for more great stuff coming in the next few weeks.
It's going to be fantastic.
As always, we've been fantastic. And as always, I have been nothing less than Tom.
I've been half a man of Craig. Goodbye.
What half is up to you? Bye!